Welcome to the CrossFit Canada podcast as we wrap up what has become unofficially International Month for the month of August. And a shorter episode today to go along with our special guest.
I see what you did.
Right off the start. But no, brought to you by...
This is international. This is
What's
international. Let's be clear. I'm in the United States.
Yeah.
You're in Canada, correct?
That's right.
So
but all of my guests so far for the month, because I normally start off by telling the stories of Canadian affiliate owners and coaches, but I've had 5. You would be number 5 of either US or French guests. So it's now just become, as I say this, from the producers have told me, it's International Month.
Yeah, well, you've gone through all of the Canadian affiliates. What are there? There's like 3, 4. Is that it?
So what we do is just you're going to introduce yourself. You do have an affiliate, right?
I do. It's right next door.
Yeah, and then what organization you're representing, and then we will do question of the day. I know you actually just most recently put, it doesn't have to be this convoluted thing.
I hate can we skip it? I hate question of the day.
I'm gonna appease you, but no, it's are you team hot coffee or iced coffee in the summer? Because I remember you said in your post, make it this or that. So I'm listening,
yes.
and that's gonna be the theme. Listen to the information that is given to you and apply it. So I'm trying to apply it. So
that's good coaching right there. You listen to a cue. What's the right cue? The one that works.
That's right.
Which you want me to introduce myself first?
Please start with the easy stuff.
My name is Jason Ackerman. I'm representing Best Hour of their day. I own an affiliate called Best Hour CrossFit. It's right next door in my basement. We have 2 members, although my wife is currently training for a marathon, so she's doing her own programming. Probably gonna have to kick her out. She's like one of those turd members doing her own thing in the corner, actually on a treadmill. And I've been doing this thing for nearly 20 years now. I opened my first affiliate, Albany, New York, close to you. Well, not close to you, but close to Canada. You're on the West Coast, right, Matt?
No, I'm north of Toronto.
So you're just
7 hours away.
Winter already? Is it winter right now for you?
We just wrapped up. We got 2 weeks of spring, and then but I'm heading to Albany on Tuesday, so
that's right. Because
we about 7 hours. Yep.
Yeah, we talked that. I'll see you there. Yeah, it's my first time back to Albany, in like almost 10 years. So I'm excited we're going to be at Albany CrossFit. We got some great podcasts lined up, some former coaches. So I'm excited for that. If this is coming out after the games, it was great seeing you.
Exactly. Now I see what you're doing is you're avoiding the question of the day. So
yeah, because I think there's
hot coffee or iced coffee in the summertime.
See, here's the thing. You've asked the question, and yes, it's binary. Give me this or that. You've asked an open-ended yes or no question, which is very challenging, by the way. That is a hard thing to do. But the correct answer is both, right? Like I like hot coffee most of the time, but if it's like 90 degrees out, I want an iced coffee. But I'll give you an answer to appease you.
Thank you.
Hot coffee. Morning time, I'm going to drink some hot coffee. But yeah, if it's, HAB, hot as balls out, I'm going to go with an iced coffee.
Well, there we go.
So I just finished this one. This was like, I've been on like a little espresso kick.
Okay.
What do you drink? What's yours? What's your go-to?
Hot black coffee all the time.
Yeah, that's it. Do you have a cutoff in your day? What time will you stop drinking coffee?
Yeah, I've when I started realizing I was getting headaches at 4 p.m, I don't have a time. I'm not like, I don't have coffee after this. I just realized like once the crippling anxiety sets in, I'm like, that's enough.
Yeah, that's what I chase. I chase that. And then I like, okay, I'm there. Let's back off. But for me, hard and fast, 3 p.m., like definitely no later, but it's 2 my time and I finished that like an hour ago. So the earlier, the better. But if it's like after 3, I will not sip it. Like I'm a crazy person. Like when I have a rule like that, and you see what's happening, you asked a very simple question. And here we are still at the whiteboard. You haven't briefed anything. I don't know what the workout is. And this is exactly why you should not have a question of the day.
Except what I'm going to talk about as we get into, because I like to wing it. When I first took over my affiliate in September of 2019, and I was coaching way too much, 30 hours a week from there. I used to walk to Tim Hortons. You'll get fired up about that. Of course, I can walk to Tim Hortons for my affiliate.
There's one on every corner in
That's
Canada.
right. And I would get a latte every day at about 3 o'clock because I felt like I needed it to get through the evening, because I was coaching first off like way too much to start with, but then it just continued that way. And what we're here to talk about is something that you guys have called Affiliate Con.
What a segue. You're a pro. You are a pro. How many have you done of these?
This is like 28 now.
You're good. You're good. Just stop. This is the last one. Let's go out on top.
We're gonna end it here. But no, I mean, well, we just, but to backtrack a little bit, yeah, you and I just pressed record. We're like, hey, let's talk about Affiliate Con. And something that you and Fern started doing was the Best Hour of Their Day podcast.
That's
where
right.
You just started pressing record to see what happens. And I feel like now it's come to this thing called Affiliate Con. So let's start with what is it, and then let's backtrack a little bit about like how it can help and things like that. So
awesome.
What is Affiliate Con?
Well, let's give the details, right? Dallas, Texas, October 24th to 26th, okay. 2025 this year. So, a few months from now, and it's
after Thanksgiving, so we can make it
after your Thanksgiving.
Yeah. After our Thanksgiving. So
very confusing. Very confusing. After the Canadian Thanksgiving, before the American Thanksgiving, kind of in that sweet spot. I believe it's right before the Rogue Invitational, because of some of our speakers are going to go there, and I'll tell you who some of the speakers are. But it's a first of a kind, truly. Like, I know I can be here and be hyperbolic and throw smoke and all that, but it's truly the first of a kind event that's geared towards owners, coaches, and just CrossFitters. And when I say that, whether you're an affiliate owner, a coach at a box, or just a CrossFitter, there's going to be something for you because of the cross-section of amazing speakers that we have there, right? If you're an affiliate owner, we've got people like David Osorio, Nicole Christensen, Nicola Coyne, some other companies like Wodify, Push Press, that are going to be talking about things you can be doing at your affiliate. If you're a coach, we've got people like Chris Hinshaw, we've got Kelly Starrett, we've got Matt Torres, right, who's coached, again, depending on when you're listening to this, the games champion. And then if you're a CrossFitter, I mean, same people, but we also have people like David Newman and Pam Gagnon who will help you improve your movement. So, and we've set it up in such a way that over 2 days, you'll be able to see almost everyone, because there's going to be, 8 to 10 blocks a day at 45 minutes where different people are talking, and it's all encompassing one space. Amazing speakers. Like I said, 4 keynotes, Jason Kalipa, Jason Fernandez, Chris Hinshaw, and Kelly Starrett giving 4 one-hour talks. And then throughout the other 2 days, nonstop. I can sit here and go over it with you, but we'll have that list out there. I got to say, I'm going to tell you something. Okay. Fern came to me, as he often does, when he needs some guidance, right? And
sure.
For
sage wisdom.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't like to say it, but I'm his mentor. I'm Fern's mentor. And he said, hey, I got a crazy idea, Affiliate Con, right? Yeah. We had batted it around, but he's the CEO of Best Hour of Their Day. So he's, kind of my boss. But he was like, I want to do this, and I'm going to task you with, you're in charge of getting the speakers, which is a very Fern thing to do. Hey, I've got this really broad idea. I'm going to give you no further information or details. Make it happen. And I love it, because what it tells me is he trusts me. He believes in my ability to do that, which I really appreciate. And I immediately just got to work, and the lineup is really second to none. I mean, people I haven't named, like E.C. Sinkowski, Eric Hinman, one of the biggest social media influencers, High Rocks champion, and many, many others.
Is Max going to be speaking?
Max Isaac, you talking about?
Yeah,
the legend. Max Isaac? How do you know Max Isaac?
Well, I mean, I know him from your guys' content, but next time you talk to Max and I spent 24. He almost landed a 50-foot pine tree on me at.
Oh, Tosh's. You guys did
We did the tree chop together at Tosh's.
Which event was that you did with him?
The tree chop.
I remember actually when Max will always be like, "Hey Jay, I'm going to
going to
hang out. I'm going to be in Boulder."
Yeah.
I live in Boulder, Colorado.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
And
right. Yeah.
and then he's like, dude, I know what you're doing. We're not gonna hang out. Like you're at Tasha's for the weekend. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's he had his bachelor party with Tosh as well. But
That's right.
first of all, Max is one of the most amazing people on the planet. I mean, his story, if you've never heard it, is quite incredible.
Right.
Almost a rabbi, juvenile delinquent, right? By the way, which you would never guess. I mean, he's covered head to toe in tattoos, but I mean, from his face, like he's got a very innocent face, and he's a great speaker and so nice and genuine. Teacher, became a teacher, but now he owns like I want to say it's 48 affiliates.
Well, and that's part of
It's
the
not
thing.
48 there. I think it's 7.
Yeah. No, but it's worth like, because I mean, you guys are going to give away the secret sauce, I'm guessing, to how to do these things. And so like I know you've done a diesel day at Tasha's, so you know his
The
little
best.
trip.
If you've never done a diesel day in your list, I'm sure you've spoken about it, right?
Yeah, I've had Tasha on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't need to.
It's the hardest, easiest 28 CEUs you'll ever get. Like it's the most life-changing, and like, but you also just get 28 CEUs. But we're walking out to chop our tree down the one trail. And I'm like, and I've known Max, but I didn't know his whole story. I'm like, yeah, so, he's like, well, I got 4 affiliates, 2 personal training studios. I have this, I have that. And like so unassuming. And I think what people might hear, it's almost the same as like having a conversation with Daniel Chaffee. Like, yeah, I have 3 affiliates, there's around 1,000 at each one. And it can be easy to just discredit, to be like, well, there's no way I can ever get to that. But I feel like you guys are trying to assemble a list of speakers that are going to give away their answers to say, here's how to do all of these things. Am I close or?
Yeah, no, I mean, and like I said, it doesn't matter from what direction you're thinking about, whether you're an owner, a coach. Yeah, I mean, I'm off the top of my head, I don't have the list in front of me, but Adam Carroll, who created the Shred Method, who has helped many of our clients purchase their own affiliate, pay off their mortgage. Like I mentioned already, David Osorio, one of the most successful. But to your point, Max Isaac is going to be there. If you're considering opening a second box or you own a second box, how do you do that? Well, Nicola Coyne, if you want to get nutrition, E.C. Sinkowski, if you want to implement the 800 grams, Joel Cochran, who's also one of our affiliate coaches, who will completely flip the script on your mind and make you leaving, positive and excited. So many great things. Also, HQ is going to be there, and they're sending some of the best seminar staff that they have. I mean, they're all great, let's be honest, but they're going to be there, presenting and helping you coach better. Attorneys and other great partners like Battle Bars and Barbell Voodoo and Ascent Protein. These companies that are going to help you, grow your box and grow your revenue. So yeah, there's Cody Looney. Did I mention Cody Looney?
You haven't, no.
Olympic lifter, for Bergner. So
yeah.
It's going to be amazing. And I don't know what else to say. I'm at a loss for words. I'm excited. It's just going to be a fun time. And I think, this is probably predates you, Matt Spencer, but there was a Black Box event. Have you heard of it?
Tell me, just to make sure we're thinking of the same thing.
So this is maybe 2009. And
so that's before me. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was the first of a kind, where like Kelly Surratt, Rob Wolf, all these old school CrossFitters got together, and it kind of turned into a little bit of drama, and people wound up leaving the community, right? But that was probably the only thing that really existed that was similar. Like, you have the games every year, and that's for the athletes, right? That's for the spectators. There's some affiliate owner stuff going on. You're going to be at the OCC just like us, but there's never been anything that's like, hey, no competition going on in the background.
Well, I feel like that's what, to me, the games was the set. Like the first year I went, like the spectacle of the games was, and when I say the first year I went, it was 2022 in Madison.
Okay.
And it was like the festival. And I was like, the events are really cool, but I loved like walking the vendor village, doing a lap, find you, chirp you, and then head up to the affiliate lounge, watch a speaker, head back down, walk the vendor village, go to another speaker. Like, and going into the second, I went the year after, it was same thing, but it was already like the Noble budget had got cut that year, right? So
Yeah.
things were a little pared down, and I was like, oh, in all honesty, like I do see myself going back to the games as a spectator, but not having all that extra stuff. I was like, so to me, it's like something like Affiliate Con could fill that void, but I can also make sure I get my return on investment to go because I'm going to be taking a lot of information with me home.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Like I've been at the games for probably 15 years now, and I could tell you I've watched maybe 3 events. And that was
Right.
even when I was judging. That's how little I paid attention. I was just like, yeah, you're good. You're good, Panchik. Keep going.
Yeah.
But outside of judging, I my favorite is, especially now that we have a booth, it's like I get to hang out and watch, people like you and others that I know walk by, and that's what it's all about, right? Like it's like you get to be around your friends, but this is getting to be around your friends while getting educated. You're going to be there. Why aren't you staying for the games? Or let me rephrase, why didn't you, just in case, I don't know why didn't you stay for the games?
In all honesty, to watch the games, I would enjoy it much more at home than the 1,300 it would have cost me to be there for because we got add 30% onto all of our stuff, right? So for the exchange rate. So I was like, I enjoy just watching the games at home. So I want to go to I'm going to the conference, or have been to the conference as this is recorded. But again, I can see myself potentially going back at some point. But and I want to kind of think about that as we start to being respectful of your time. But one of the things that
kids,
yeah. So one of the things I have noticed in talking to a lot of Ontario and local affiliates was like old school days. There was a lot of inner affiliate community and connection, getting out, organizing throwdowns because everyone lives an hour away from each other. And, we're all, as a society, less connected than ever. And I feel like this is more than anything, like, yes, the speakers, but it's just an opportunity to connect with some people that you see online or interact with, or just a community of affiliate owners.
Yeah, I mean, we could not have any speakers and just be like, hey, come hang out with other CrossFitters, and you would leave fired up, right?
Yeah.
And also, like, let's not downplay the conversations that are going to happen, right? Hey, Matt, what do you do for your this, and what do you do for that? Like, you're going to always, like, if I were a participant, and I'm going to, even as the founder and organizer, I'm going to show up with a notebook because I'm going to get notes like, hey, Matt, when you did your podcast, like, where do you get your questions of the day, right? Like, just getting those ideas. Like, we need to beg, borrow, and steal. That's what CrossFit was founded on. Like, and it's no different than if you've attended your level 1 or level 2 seminar. Like, you leave excited, right? And that's the point. You're gonna leave excited. You're gonna leave with new friends. You're gonna bring back that, like you said, the spirit of CrossFit. We do live in an age where it's like hard to everything's virtual. You don't interact, and that's what's cool. Like, we need to bring that back. Like, the box down the road and the box in another country, they're your allies. The more people, maybe by now we've heard of it. There's a new CrossFit owner, right? So, and if that's the case, I think we're going to see a resurgence in CrossFit. They're going to do a great job. Everyone's going to be fired up. We still know the CrossFit methodology is the best methodology for fitness out there, right? And all these other things that are happening, they're good and they're great. I see pseudo CrossFit happening in gyms in my area, right? But it's never the same as what goes on inside the walls of a CrossFit affiliate. And come here, get fired up, learn from the best, and you're just going to have a great time. There's going to be socials. By the way, we bring up, like, getting to interact every day. There's, Kalipa's leading a workout. Hinshaw's leading a workout. I haven't mentioned Mayhem is going to be there leading workouts and workshops. So, outside of just the presentations and the lectures, every morning you're going to be able to, sweat with your peers. And that's where all the fun happens. And then for those of you that are into partying and all that kind of stuff, I'm sure, Fern's in charge. There's going to be plenty of beer on tap. And, we'll get a Modelo's. I don't know. Is that Canadian? What's Canadian? What's a Canadian beer?
Molson's, right?
Molson's. I can think of it. Yeah.
but you know, and I think to kind of wrap things up, like someone listening to this, we will get it out much before October, and there's going to be an obvious investment in both time, but in money for flights,
For
hotels,
sure. We know.
but you know, to the point of like CrossFit is in an exciting time. I think it is. It's like, but we need to make affiliates cool again. Your business should be able to support you to do this investment in your time to come back fired up. So you have from now until October. And actually, we will put this out because don't you guys have a contest right now for affiliate you versus like
we're giving away if you sign up, free credential, level 1, level 2, level 3, or level 4 when that comes back. And if you sign up before the games, we're going to give away a free affiliate dues. So I don't know what 4,500 becomes in Canada, but we'll cover it. Let me throw something else out there, Matt.
Okay.
If you're listening to this, and maybe you can put it in the notes and we can collab. If you're from Canada, and we'll give you a code. Let's call the code Canada.
Okay.
We'll take $100 off your ticket.
There you go.
So I don't know what the conversion is, but that will help with it. And we also know, like we said, we know we're asking a lot to get from above Toronto down to Dallas. It's a pretty. I mean, it's as far as we can get between Canada and the U.S. Right? But let us help you out. We'll make sure that code is hooked up. Use the code Canada so long as you live in Canada, and we'll take $100 off. Is that fair? Is that good? Is that helpful?
That more than covers the exchange, and so I think at that point we're gonna end it right here because everyone needs to pick up their phone.
Vern's gonna be mad at me
and sign up. Hey, but that's okay. You know, that's fine. And on that note, 3, 2, 1.